internet. As you can see by the title, the point of this video is to do a kind of a news broadcast via an ASMR video. I got the idea for this from Maria's excellent video about the ASMR study they are doing at that Dartmouth University. I really liked the way she interacted with her own computer, and she pointed things at the screen and she showed us things. She showed us how we could access the websites that she was mentioning and commenting, and how we could learn more about the study. And I thought it was a great idea of a way to relay information and talk about things in ASMR video. So I would like to talk to you about the fact that they have legalized gay marriage in Uruguay. Okay, so before I go to the news itself, I'm going to talk to you a little about Uruguay. So first, I'm going to open my browser here to show you a little bit about the country Uruguay. Okay, so first we're going to Google Maps to check the location of the country. So it's maps.google.com. So Uruguay is in South America, but I'm sure many people know that, but I would like to show you anyway. So for some reason Google Maps starts with the United States. So if you zoom out here, you can see the rest of the world. And so this is America, this is South America. If you zoom in, this is Uruguay. It's a small country to the south of Brazil. What you can also do is type Uruguay here, and then the country shows up with a nice pink border around it. And if you zoom out here, you can see it in the world. So it's part of the south of South America. It's a very small country here. Okay. So after that, I want us to go to Wikipedia. It's wikipedia.org. Wikipedia.org. Because Wikipedia is your friend. Use it. Okay, so let me zoom here. So here I want you to go and type Uruguay. Okay, in English, and then press arrow. So here, pronunciation Uruguay, the Oriental Republic of Uruguay. So I would like to show you a little bit about the country. So this is the flag, coat of arms, and the map again. So the capital and the largest city in Uruguay is Montevideo. They speak Spanish there. And the president of the Uruguay is Jose Mujica, and we are going to talk about him in a second. It's not a large country, as we said. It's the 91st his wife work the land themselves, growing flowers. Also, it says here that he donates about 90% of his monthly salary, which is equivalent to $12,000, to charity. So this has led him to be labeled the poorest president in the world. So this is a picture of him in his sheep farm. He has a 3-legged dog. And if you scroll down, there's also a video of him. So this is his car. He owns an old Volkswagen Beetle. Okay, it's a 1987 Volkswagen Beetle, and that's his car that he uses to go to work. And also it says here that he was elected in 2009, but in the 60s and 70s he spent the 60s and 70s as part of the Uruguayan guerrilla Tupamaros, which is a leftist armed group inspired by the Cuban Revolution. So many countries in Latin America, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, had very strict military dictatorships, which were supported by the CIA. So there are many of these guerrilla groups that were trying to fight against the dictatorship. The president of Brazil, who was a woman, Dilma, was also a guerrilla fighter. So it says here that he was shot 6 times and spent 14 years in jail. It doesn't say here, but these 14 years in jail included 2 years in which he lived on the bottom of a well. And then he was freed in 1985 and he was elected in 2009. Okay, so Jose Mojica, nowadays he's been on the news a lot, but because of his nice guy appearance, I would say, and because he's like a symbol of the liberal Uruguay. Okay, so I'm going to show you the news that I read about the legalization of gay marriage. So I read this news on the Guardian website, so it's Guardian, Guar, Guardian.co.uk. I don't mean to overwhelm you with British websites, but it's just a coincidence. So the Guardian. So you hear your search terms. You look for Uruguay, here. Search. So there are different search results for Uruguay, but the one you're looking for is the second one here, World News. Uruguay passes bill legalizing same-sex marriage. There's a video also, so let's click this. So the video is probably of gay activists, gay rights activists celebrating. So Uruguay passes bill legalizing same-sex marriage. So if you scroll down here, it says that the Uruguayan Congress votes overwhelmingly to legalize same-sex marriage on Wednesday. Okay, so this piece of news But I also believe that love is the basis of family, and love is neither homosexual nor heterosexual, said opposition lawmaker Fernando Amado of the center-right Colorado Party. Okay, so it says that Uruguay is the 12th country to pass a law of this kind, and the third in the Americas. Argentina and Canada have approved gay marriage, and it is allowed in Mexico City and some parts of Brazil, as well as 9 states on the U.S. So most people, most of the 3.3 million people who live in Uruguay are officially Catholic, Roman Catholics. But one of the important things to know about Uruguay is that it's one of the most atheist countries, most agnostic countries in the world. The separation of church and state is very, very strong. So, for example, their Easter holidays is not called Easter holidays, it's called the Tourism Week. So they have a week off to travel. And many people are agnostic or atheist, and they are very secular there. Okay, now to complement this piece of information about the other countries where gay marriage has been legalized, I would like to show you a very nice map, very cool map to show you this. So it's also on Wikipedia. So let's go to wikipedia.org. Wikipedia is your friend. So here on the search, write gay marriage and English and click the arrow. Okay. So we were taken to same-sex marriage, the article. It's a very long article. It covers a lot of news and many aspects in different countries. Okay, and as many of the polemic topics on Wikipedia, there's a little padlock here because it is polemic, so not everyone can edit this article. You need special kind of authorization, otherwise it would be vandalized a lot. So there is a list here of the legal recognition of same-sex relationships according to the big place in the world. But there's also a very practical, very simple map here. Let me show you. I'm going to click it and open it in a new tab so we can see it bigger. So the map shows the places where marriage is open to same-sex couples. Let me zoom it in even more. Where marriage is open to same-sex couples. Where marriage is recognized or performed in some limited circumstances. Countries where the High Court, like the Supreme Court, has ruled in favor, but it has not been implemented. And countries where the government has announced its intention to legalize. Okay, so let's click here. So I hope you can see the map. So the dark blue ones are the countries where it is legal to get married. Argentina, South Africa, and Spain, Portugal, Iceland, the Netherlands, and Belgium, Denmark, Sweden, Norway. Okay, we can check the list later. I'm just guessing here, but I'm usually good at this. In some places, it can be performed or legalized in some circumstances. So, in Mexico, California, and in most of Brazil, in some states of Brazil, and in some states of the United States, also place here. And I agree. Which are places where the Supreme Court, the High Court of these places have openly and positively spoken about gay marriage. I think this is a small map, but I think Israel is also a country as Brazil or Mexico or California where you can, in some circumstances, gay marriage can be performed or recognized. So, if you're interested, you can go here to the Wikipedia article, same-sex marriage, and check here the list of the places where marriage is legal. So those are the 12 countries: Argentina, Belgium, Canada, Denmark, Iceland, the Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, South Africa, Spain, and Sweden. I think I mentioned all of them, didn't I? I think these are only 11, right? So Uruguay would be here. And then there are other kinds of performed, recognized, but not performed civil unions and registered cohabitation. So there's a long list here. You can click here on the show button to see the other places. So you're welcome to come to this page and check extra information. Many people have some quibbles about Wikipedia and say that it's not a trustworthy, reliable source of information because it's open. But you must learn how to use Wikipedia properly. There's specific kind of information on Wikipedia that you can rely on. For example, the name of the president and the language, capital, population, area of the country, which are things that I'm very interested about. And these kind of things, these are the things that are very, very easy to check. So there's no reason to believe that this kind of lists are wrong. Okay. So I'm going back to the Guardian. You're free to look for other articles on the internet about Uruguay, about Jose Mujica, and about secularism, and especially about the legalization of same-sex marriage in Uruguay. And you can post it on the comments, other extra, but of course there are hundreds probably of thousands of articles about an important piece of news like this. Okay, so I'm going to leave you then with a picture of Jose Mujica and his very old beetle. Okay, I want to thank everybody who has liked and subscribed to my channel, even though I post very few videos. And I hope that you enjoy an ASMR news broadcast like I'm doing right now. And please check out Maria's video about the study because those were very good quality tingles. Also, I hope you are excited about